Hey friends, I'm Reyna and welcome to another class. This class will be focused on hip fluidity, hip mobility, and just feeling a little more pain-free or feeling a little less pain in your hips from day to day. I get a lot of questions about hips and the functionality of them on my social media, and so I thought I would make this flow that is actually based off a little sequence I posted on my TikTok. So for this, I do recommend having a blanket, and I always have some blocks nearby, but I never really know when I'm going to use them. Blanket for your knee cushion, and besides that, you don't really need anything, so let's get started in Sukhasana, easy pose. So a nice cross-leg pose, but for this, I want you to walk your feet in towards your knees. Traditionally, we're kind of out wide like this. The knees are wider than the hips. We want to try to get the knees and hips in line. So walk the feet in, doesn't matter which foot's on top for right now. Hands come to your knees. Allow the eyes to close and just settle in for a few rounds of breath. Connecting your body, connecting your breath, and allowing yourself to really arrive to your practice. Remaining with the eyes closed, just start to circle the chest or the rib cage around. I call these Sufi Grinds. And so really pressing all sides of your hips into the earth as you grind around. And so you'll kind of feel the weight shift. Feel different parts of your lower body connect with the ground. Good. And then just pausing to switch the directions of your circles. You're always welcome to open your eyes, but I do think it's really beneficial to just connect with the physicality sometimes. Allow the breath to drive the movement. Allow yourself to drop in. And just do what feels good for your body instead of kind of aesthetically trying to match what I'm doing. Good, slowly come back to center. So let the circles dissolve, don't just stop. Bring them into the center. And just feel that internal energy kind of swirling around. Start to walk the hands out in front of you and find a little fold. Let the head and shoulders hang heavy. And just fold over your lap. Good. Walk the hands back in. Extend the legs out. You can still keep the eyes closed. We're just switching the cross of the feet. So just extend your legs out, straighten the legs for a moment, and then come back to your cross-leg position with the opposite leg on top. It's gonna feel a little wonky. Call it your adventure side. Bring your hands back to your knees and start to circle the chest once again. Sufi Grinds. Just connecting with your breath. Feeling the body become a little bit more fluid. And switch the directions of your circles. Good, and then slowly dissolve the circles, bring them into the center. Walk the hands forward and find a little fold. Good. Walk the hands back in towards the body. And blink the eyes open, take the light back in, refocus your gaze. And we'll make our way into tabletop. So coming onto all fours, hands and knees. Press the hands into the ground. And really press down, lifting out of the shoulder. So we're not rounding the upper back, but we are really actively pressing away from the earth. Then once again, allow the eyes to close. Take a big breath in as you drop the belly. Pull the heart through the biceps and tilt the tailbone towards the sky for cow pose. Exhale, curl everything under real slow. Cat pose. Good. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Few more. Inhale into cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Last one. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Good. Come back to neutral. Extend your right leg out to the side. So as if you were on a clock and your head faces 12, your right leg extends out to 3, your right toes face forward. You really press the pinky edge of your right foot into the earth. If that's really uncomfortable on your hip, you can let the toes gently turn out, still remaining active. Then press the hands into the ground, tuck your left toes, and just lift your left knee up and take it out. Just a little bit so you have a wider base. Find a cow spine once again, so drop the belly, tilt the tailbone towards the sky, and start to rock back and forth. And these are not big rocks. We don't want to go so far back that our spine starts to round. We want to keep everything really active, really engaged. Just breathe into how this feels. Good. Next time the hips are back, just hold there for 5, 4, 3, 2. Come back to neutral. Slide the right knee back under the body, but the knees are wide now. So knees are outside of the hips. Start to circle the hips around either direction. Good, and switch directions of your circles. Beautiful. Come back to center and then extend the left leg out. So if you're on that clock, left leg reaches towards 9 o'clock. Right knee is already kind of outside the hips a little bit, but if you need to take it a little further out for comfortability, please do so. Press the pinky edge of the left foot into the earth. Find that cow spine. So lift the heart, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, and start to rock back and forth. Good. Next time the hips are towards your feet, stay there, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come back to neutral. Slide that left knee back, kind of under the body, still wide, and circle the hips around. Go the other direction. Good. Come back to neutral. Walk the hands forward, so towards the top of your mat. Let the hips drop towards the earth, and we're going to take some similar circles, just a little bit more space we're taking up with them. Start to drop the hips towards the earth, and we'll just hold here for 3. Hug the belly in for 2. Good. And come on up, back in tabletop. And we'll come into frog pose next, and you may want some pillows, blankets, bolsters, a couch, a chair, just something to bring the ground closer to you. But I'm just gonna show you how to do frog without too many props, just so, it's all more available. So for frog pose, I do suggest coming long ways on your mat so that your knees have proper cushion. Bring your hands out in front of you. Start to walk the knees wide. Take them wide and let the hips sink towards the ground. And you may feel it already here. If not, make sure you walk the feet out so that our knees and feet are in line. You don't want your feet near your butt. And then from here, start to sit the hips back. moving the pelvis towards the ground, flex the feet. You can stay high on your hands or you can lower down. This is where bolsters or pillows would come in. As you can see, I'm leaning on the ground, but you can bring everything closer to help make this a little less intense. The further you sit the hips back towards your feet, the more pressure you're gonna start to feel because the weight is shifting off of the arms. So if you want less, you can lean forward and put more pressure on the arms or lean back. We'll take this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Shift the weight forward. Lean one way, slide your knee in, lean the other way. Good. And then sit up onto your shins for just a second. We're gonna come onto our backs for a supported bridge, and that's where we'll end this little session. So for this supported bridge, just take your blanket. You can take a pillow as well, but I'm just gonna use my blanket, fold it up, make a nice little stack, and then place that right where your lower back will be. I'm just gonna kind of sit over it, supporting kind of like your hips and your sacral area. Lay back. Then you can play with extending your legs or keeping them bent. Good. Allow your eyes to close. And we'll spend about 3 minutes here. So settle in. Feel free to bend your legs, straighten them. You can straighten one and then the other. But we're just gonna take a little time right here to let things release and relax. You can always prop your hips up a little more or a little less. So chill out, and I will let you know when the 3 minutes is up. And starting to deepen the breath, finding that gentle movement, and taking time as always to thank yourself for coming to your mat, time to thank your body for being wonderful. I encourage you to find as many moments as you can to really be in awe of yourself. Thank you all so much for spending a little time with me. It's a gift to be your teacher, and I'll see you next time we're on the mat together. Bye.